Good evening, this is Swastika Panda from OdishaTV.in bringing you today's news from Odisha. First the headlines. Clouds of uncertainty over POSCO's fate in Odisha fail to clear as the company's mega-steel project finds no mention in Indo-Korean bilateral talks and CEO forum. Daitapati Nijog demands reconsideration of Sri Mandir administration's decision which bans touching of deities by devotees during Snana Yatra. Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik lays foundation stone for Pandit Raghunath Murmu Government Medical College at Rangamatia in Mayurbhanj district. Court directs the state government to sell off properties of Safex and Project Fund and distribute proceeds to duped investors. And Odia boy tops class 10th ICSE exams, secures 99.2% to become joint topper along with two others. Now the details. The Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is on his 2-day visit to South Korea, met the CEOs of various companies including POSCO. The issue of POSCO's mega steel project in Odisha did not find any mention in the discussions. Moreover, earlier during Modi's meeting with South Korean President Park Geun-hye, though both countries agreed to boost bilateral economic cooperation, issues pertaining to Korean steel giant POSCO's project in Odisha was not even taken up for discussion. This is for the first time since 2010 that POSCO's Indian plans were omitted from the bilateral talks of such significance between the two countries. It was revealed by the joint statement issued after the meeting between the Indian Prime Minister, who is in Korea, and the Korean President. As a lot of clarity was expected on the fate of the steel project in Odisha from the talks, such an omission has created further doubts over this big-ticket investment. Notably, top South Korean leaders have raised the POSCO issue with India whenever there have been high-level bilateral discussions in the past since 2010. Every time, India has assured to expedite the project by solving the pending issues. In 2010, after meeting an 8-member POSCO delegation headed by company's chairman and global head Jun Yang-chung on January 26, 2010, the Union Steel Minister Birabhadra Singh had said, efforts are being made to ensure that the steel project is seen, signed and delivered in the next 4-5 months. This includes physical transfer of land and all regulatory clearances to POSCO. In January 2014, the bilateral talks also assumed significance in the wake of the visiting then South Korean President Lee Myung-bak, who had taken up the matter with then Indian Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. After a meeting with visiting South Korean President Park Geun-hye on January 16, 2014, Singh had said, "I am very happy that the large-scale POSCO steel project in Odisha is set to be operational in the coming weeks following the revalidation of its environmental clearance." More recently, in November last year, when Prime Minister Modi met Korean President Geun-hye in Myanmar on the sidelines of East Asia Summit, the former offered full support for the establishment of the mega steel plant. However, the issue has been kept out of the discussion table during Modi's ongoing visit, apparently in the wake of the Indian government's decision to not allow any out-of-turn allocation of iron ore to the company under the amended MMDR Act. Moreover, with Odisha government in an ugly spat with the steelmaker on land premium issue, picture is clear that POSCO has to bid to feed its plant if at all it wants the 52,000 crore project to take off. Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik yesterday laid the foundation stone for Pandit Raghunath Murmu Government Medical College at Rangamatia in Mayurbhanj district. The medical college would be set up at an estimated cost of Rs 202 crore. In a public meeting held on the occasion, Patnaik said his government is committed towards providing good health services to the poor and tribal people of the state. Health and Family Welfare Minister Atanu Sebisatchi Naik said construction work of the institute will be completed by 2017. He said the new medical college would tackle scarcity of doctors in the district. Patients from the neighboring states like Jharkhand and West Bengal can also avail health services after its establishment, the minister added.
भित्तिभूमि पे 202 कोटी टंकार टेंडर हेछि चूड़ांत हो जायछि काम मध्य आरंभ हो स्थानर कोनो समस्या नै आ कोनो समस्या नै कार्यक्रम स्टूडेंट इनटेक कैपेसिटी तो फास्ट हमर जहा रहिछि 100 150 तार भीतर हम एमसीआई हम प्रथम भित्तिभूमिटा सरला परे से पार्लाली मध्य सेति पे मध्य कार्यक्रम आरंभ हो.
In a major respite to chit fund investors, a special designated court in Cuttack has asked the state government to sell the attached properties of Safex Infra India Limited through public auction and distribute the sale proceeds among the investors equitably. The court ordered ex parte as the company authorities did not turn up in the court yesterday in spite of repeated reminders. The order, served under Odisha Protection of Interests of Depositors and Financial Establishments Act, has paved way for disposal of the company's 14-acre of land in Ganjam district, which was confiscated by Economic Offences Wing of the Crime Branch in October 2013. Officials said the company was allegedly active in illegal money circulation schemes with monthly turnover of nearly rupees 1 crore and land allotment schemes in several districts, including Ganjam. Earlier, the CBI had frozen the company's bank account with deposits worth rupees 5 lakhs, sources said. This is a second relief for investors after chit fund firm Rose Valley's properties were directed by a special court here in February this year to be auctioned. The EOW had confiscated the property and deposits of Rose Valley Group last year, of which rupees 51.17 crore were in the shape of bank deposits, rupees 47 lakh in cash, and the rest in the form of land, building and other assets. The Economic Offences Wing also took chit fund scam accused and Chief Managing Director of Vista Management Services Limited on a 3-day remand yesterday. Panda was arrested on May 17th by Crime Branch for allegedly duping investors to the tune of rupees 50 crore. According to official sources, Panda had established the company in 2008-9 and floated various schemes promising high returns on deposited amount. Meanwhile, opposition leader Narsingh Mishra alleged that some ruling BJD leaders from Kalahandi and Balangir districts are linked with the company. Senior BJP leader Pratap Sarangi also demanded a strong action against the culprits. However, BJD MP Ananguday Singhdeo said, "We welcome all types of investigations to unravel the truth and punishment for those who are actually behind money laundering."
तत्कालीन मंत्रींकर फोटो यही ठक कंपनी रो मालिक मान संगे विभिन्न पत्र पत्रिका बाहरी जड़े पूर्वतन मंत्री बलांगीर जिल्लार जड़े वर्तमान मंत्री कलाहांडी जिल्लार एवं फोटोर जना पड़िबो से माने किए
सीबीआई इनक्वारी क्राइम ब्रांच इनक्वारी पुलिस रे इनक्वारी परे आउरी बहुत संस्था अच्छी छोट बड़ जे गुडिक ये अनुसंधान परिसरभुक्त ही ना अनेक प्रमाण पत्र नष्ट कर दिए एथिरे बहुत राजनेता संपृक्त अच्छा जो माने जनता को लूट करिवारे संपृक्त सेमानकर समस्त संपत्ति को बाज्याप्त करा जाऊ सेमानकु गिरफ्त करा जाऊ
जे माने भी इन्वॉल्व अछंती से क्राइम ब्रांच तदंत करूँ आदा धरतु जो बलांगीर थाउंतु बाहर थाउंतु जेनाडू थाउंतु दैट्स नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम हेड आम वेलकम करूछु किंतु पॉलिटिकल वेंडेटा धरी बलांगीर एमएलए अभियान चलैछंती एटा निंदनीय
किए कोठी सभा समिति रे किबा कोनोसी फंक्शन रे डाकिले आमे सेठरे जाऊ अटेंड करू ता माने नुहे जे आमे कोनोसी संस्था सहित संपृक्त अछु अवांतर एवं गोटे वाइल्ड एलिगेशन करूचंती तांकोठु अंततपक्षे एवली आशा करू नथली.
An Odia boy studying in Mumbai-based public school emerged joint topper in ICSE Class 10th examinations, securing 99.2% marks. Tejan Sahu of St. Mary's School in Navi Mumbai area is among the 3 students who have topped the test. For the concluded academic session, the pass percentage of the students appearing for Class 10th examinations under ICSE format was 98.49%, while 96.28% students of Class 12th cleared the test. As many as 1.6 lakh students appeared for Class 10th exams across the nation. In Odisha, 10,000 candidates wrote the exams for both the classes conducted by ICSE.
बस हार्ड वर्क पेज ऑफ एंड एटा ही मो सक्सेस रो सीक्रेट मोर पेरेंट्स स्कूल आउ स्पेसिफिकली वंदना मैम आउ मोर सीनियर क्लासेस समस्त को दबा
Odia music album choreographer Lubun alias Banbes Benesen, who was arrested on sexual harassment charges, was granted conditional bail by the Odisha High Court yesterday. The court allowed him to go on bail against a bond of rupees 20,000 and 2 bailers of equal amounts. The court also directed the accused not to influence or threaten the witnesses and to cooperate with the investigating agency. Notably, choreographer was arrested from Bidanasi area of Cuttack for allegedly blackmailing an aspiring actress after shooting her objectionable photographs. The accused artist has been in jail since April 28th. Soon after, the state administration raised doubts over the completion of Nabakalivar infrastructural development work. Political leaders have criticized the state government for its lack of efficiency. While skeptical about the chances of finishing the Nabakalivar work in time, BJP leader Dilip Ray blamed the government for failing to bring the centre into the fold and communicating its requirements for the mega ritual in a desired manner. The state administration sources showed their apprehension over traffic management during Nabakalivar ritual, citing that the National Highway Authority of India will not be able to meet the deadline for the bypass road now under construction. Moreover, such a delay is not only reflected in highway construction but also in other basic infrastructural development. Even the drainage and sewage work in the holy city is moving on a tardy pace, raising serious doubts over its completion on time. Meanwhile, Nabakalivar Infrastructure Supervision Committee Chairman Maheshwar Mahanti has rubbished such apprehensions and asserted that all development work will be completed on time.
मोर जिते दूर अच्छी प्राइम मिनिस्टर को बहुत कंसर्न अच्छी फॉर नबकलेवर आई थिंक से किसी मिनिस्टर मान का लोकल मिनिस्टर अच्छा धर्मेंद्र प्रधान जो लोराम प्लस महेश शर्मा अच्छा आपको सब दिखाई टू फॉलो इट अप आपको जदि मुझे स्टेट गवर्नमेंट आपको साथ कोऑर्डिनेट कले सब जिन जी सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट टू हेल्प करवा कथा निश्चय मिले खाली दाबी करके लिखिदेले एमती तो हुए ना यू टू जस्टिफाई इट
राज्य की सरकार पर्व नुहे केंद्र सरकार दायित्व रही चिठी लिखा जाइए मुख्यमंत्री चिठी लिखिं मुख्यमंत्री व्यक्तिगत भेटिकी प्रधानमंत्री की ए समय अनुरोध भी कर कौन अधिक करते से पर्यंत नवकलेवर स्वतंत्र भाव में टंकाटी अनुदान देना.
Soon after, the Sri Mandir administration decided to ban touching of deities during Snana Yatra, servitors' apex body Daitapati Nijog today demanded its reconsideration. While the decision was taken in Chhattisgarh Niyog meeting, the timetable for Snana Yatra was also approved by the temple administration during the meeting. In view of the huge crowd turnout for the last bathing festival of the deities, after which the idols will be replaced as a part of the Nabakalivar ritual, the temple administration has made provisions to give more time to devotees to witness the deities on Snana Mandap. As per the schedule, Rajendra Abhisheka ritual has been scheduled for May 28th, Rukmani Haran for 29th, and Champak Dwadasi for 30th. Similarly, Senapata ritual for the Pohandi and holy bathing ceremony will be conducted on June 1st and 2nd respectively.
राजेंद्र अभिषेक टू आरंभ करके रुक्मिणी हरण एकादशी और स्नान पूर्णिमार जो नीति निर्घंट थिला ताको अप्रूव करागला. गत वर्ष जो भाया नीति होता एक्जाक्टली से भाया नीति हम और से भाया व्यवस्था बड़ी प्रस्तुत करा जायछि. ए वर्ष कौन से बाहर लोक जाइए ठाकुर को छुई पारे और राजांकर छेरापना पूर्व कौन यात्री स्नान मंडप उपरको जापर किंतु आम तलबाटे व्यवस्था करें संध्या बेलू साहाणा मेला दर्शन हम आम चेष्टा करूँ अधिक समय साहाणा मेला दर्शन वर्ष करने.
Meanwhile, the daru or wooden logs meant for making of new idol of Lord Jagannath left from the outskirts of Bhubaneswar last evening after a stopover at a Jagannath temple near Pandera. The cart then reached the Sai temple on the outskirts of the city. After an overnight halt, the daru will resume its journey towards Puri this evening. Braving the hot and humid weather, hundreds of devotees lined up on both sides of the road to witness the daru and the proceedings. Sital Chasti festival, which is celebrated as the day of marriage of Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati, began amidst religious fervour in Sambalpur yesterday. And the first day marked the conclusion of Patra Pindi ritual, during which engagement of Lord Shiva, locally known as Balukeshwar Baba of Nandapada, was held. As per the tradition, relatives of the groom along with Saptarshi Pandit Mandali went out in a search of bride. This year, the quest for the bride ended at the house of Dr. Ashok Nanda and Vijay Lakshmi Nanda in Sasan village on the outskirts of the town, who chose to become the parents of the bride. The engagement was conducted after priests from both sides recited the legend of Shiva Parvati, and subsequently the father of the groom persuaded the bride's father for the marriage. On the second day today, the Guagunda ritual will be performed, in which all the gods and goddesses in the periphery temples will be invited to the wedding. The marriage of Shiva and Parvati will be held in the evening of May 22nd. Jugala Darshana procession will be taken out on May 23rd. Meanwhile, the district administration has made elaborate arrangements for the procession. While 30 platoons of forces are deployed during the festival, a quick action team will be kept standby to tackle emergency situations. Before wrapping up the headlines once again, clouds of uncertainty over POSCO's fate in Odisha fail to clear as the company's Megasteel project finds no mention in Indo-Korean bilateral talks and CEO forum. Daitapati Nijog demands reconsideration of Sri Mandir administration's decision which bans touching of deities by devotees during Snana Yatra. Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik lays foundation stone for Pandit Raghunath Murmu Government Medical College at Rangamatia in Mayurbhanj district. Court directs the state government to sell off properties of Safex and Project Fund and distribute proceeds to duped investors. And Odia boy tops class 10th ICSE exams, secures 99.2% to become joint topper along with 2 others. Thank you for watching. Good night.